Hey, and thanks for taking the time to watch this week's Oldtown short. Be opened. When my kids were young, we watched Sesame Street a lot. And I have to say, even as an adult, I learned quite a bit from Big Bird, Cookie Monster, Oscar the Grouch, and Bert and Ernie. Not only did Sesame Street teach counting and letter recognition, but it taught social skills like showing respect and being a good friend, cognitive skills that would increase a child's self-esteem, non-aggressive ways of resolving conflict. And on Sesame Street, they talked openly, at an age-appropriate level, about real-life experiences like death, divorce, racism, natural disasters, and war. But one of the things that I really loved about Sesame Street is that they also taught Spanish. Now, I took 3 years of Spanish in high school and another year in college, but I'll be honest, it was the Spanish that I learned on Sesame Street that has stuck with me the best. One of my favorite clips was about open and close. Do you remember? Abierto, cerrado. Abierto, cerrado. Well, there's also a story in the Bible, a healing story, actually about Jesus healing a man that was deaf and mute, which means the man could not hear or speak. Now, sometimes in the healing stories, Jesus simply speaks and the person is healed, while other times he lays his hands on them and they're freed from their ailments. But this time, Jesus does both. First, Scripture says that he took the man to a private place. Then he puts his fingers in the man's ears, touches his tongue, and says, Ephphatha. And suddenly the man can hear and speak. Now the word Ephphatha means be opened, which in case you're interested, it would be ser abierto in Spanish. Now, I wonder what language you might think the word Ephphatha comes from. It comes from Aramaic, which is the language that Jesus spoke. Does it surprise you that Jesus didn't speak English? Now, he also spoke Hebrew in the temple with the rabbis, and because Jesus wanted to be as welcoming as he could be, he also spoke Greek with those not native to Judea. But the average person in the Eastern Mediterranean area during Jesus' time would have spoken Aramaic. Now in Scripture, in the Gospel of Mark at least, it's only in the most intimate and sacred moments that we hear Jesus speak in Aramaic. Once, when he healed a young girl, he reached out to her and said, Talitha kum, meaning, little girl, it's time to get up. In the Garden of Gethsemane, when Jesus goes to pray, we hear Jesus calling out to God, saying, Abba, which means Father. On the cross, Jesus cries out to God, Eli, Eli, lema sabachthani, which means, my God, why have you forsaken me? Each time Jesus uses Aramaic words in the Bible, they're always used in private, because Jesus is speaking intimately, using the common language that he would have shared. And it's the way that the writer of the Gospel of Mark emphasizes the sacred intimacy of those moments. Okay, so all these languages and these healing stories, what do they mean in the whole grand scheme of things? And what do they mean to our everyday faith? Well, that little word, Ephphatha, be opened, kind of sums up Jesus' work here on earth. You see, Jesus came to help us be opened so that we could begin to hear the still speaking voice of God. Jesus came to encourage us, to look beyond ourselves and our wants, and to become open, to listen to the needs of our community and our world. Because sometimes, like the deaf and mute man in today's story, our spiritual ears are blocked, and we're unable to faithfully respond to the world around us with grace and love, because we're comfortable with our own language, and we like things done the way we like them done, and we forget that it's not only about us, but that we're part of something so much more. So friends, I challenge you this week to look outside the box, to listen not only to your wants and your desires, but to the thoughts, ideas, and needs of others. May your minds experience ephphatha. May your hearts ser abierto, and may your faith be strengthened by the movement of the Spirit as you allow your heart, your mind, and your soul to be opened.